Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tiddle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie, and this is a very, very strange tale. In London, in the East End, there is a statue. It's 7 foot high. It's a sculpture, and this is it: the boy with the Bengal tiger. And it's a very strange statue that sort of is at the entrance to London's Tobacco Dock in the East End. And there's a tale behind this very strange sculpture. And it goes back to this little scene here. This is Jamrach's, and it was a wild beast emporium. And back in 1857, Charles Jamrach, he was transporting animals from all over the world into this shop in the East End of London and basically selling them. All kinds of exotic creatures, creatures that should never live in any town, let alone the East End of London. What a fantastic business. How horrible is that? Anyway, that was then. That's what happened then. I think the shop went on until about 1911. So, just selling these exotic animals that shouldn't be living in cages. Anyway, one particular day, they had a consignment of different boxes and goodness knows what, and one of them contained a Bengal tiger, which was very distressed, obviously, and it kicked out of the box. And, people would gather to watch, what was coming in. What did they have? A crocodile? Did they have a kangaroo? Because they used to get things from all over the world. And this tiger exploded out of this box and ended up running down the road into a road called the Radcliffe Highway in the East End of London. And Mr. Jamrach, he makes himself the hero of this story. And I want to find out if it's true. The tiger ran down the Radcliffe Highway and grabbed a little boy. This little boy was 9 years old, and he was called John Wade. And it grabbed him by the arm and dragged him along the highway. And according to Mr. Jamrach, the owner of this store, he raced after it, hit it with an iron bar and, calmed the situation and what have you. Now, I want to find out a few stories, whether they are actually true about this. I know the boy and the tiger, they are true. This did happen, but there's been a lot of embellishment around this. So my first question, let's get rid of Mr. Jamrach's horrible shop. My first question is, what did the local people of the East End, the sort of local Eastenders, what did they think of having this wild beast emporium in the middle, in the middle of the road, basically, in the middle of the street? What did the local Eastenders think of this exotic wild beast shop? I think on the whole, they were quite impressed with it. I suppose, it was quite an attraction, wasn't it? If you think about it. People felt very sort of very kind of emotional about it. There were all these beasts that they'd never seen before turning up, on wagons. And it was probably quite an event to go and look and see, what was turning up next. People found it, just so amazing, a very sort of special event. They'd run out and they'd see, like, maybe, as I say, a crocodile coming in, or a kangaroo, or a koala bear, or something on the back of this wagon coming in. It's horrendous when you think about this. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And, people, men and women, they would think that this was absolutely amazing to have this shop in the middle of where they lived. What an attraction. What an amazing place. This is what they thought in 1857. And some people were a little bit mixed about it. Was it safe? How safe was this with all these animals, probably snakes and things? So you would have had some people who were a little bit more wary about it. But I think overall, people were pretty impressed with this. So The day this Bengal tiger turned up in a cage and it kicks out, good old Mr. Jamrak, he says that he chased it down. He chased it down. He chased down this tiger, this Bengal tiger, hit it with an iron bar and got it to release this little boy, John. So he was the hero of the day, and I believe he wrote about it, and my struggle with a tiger. I think he wrote an article about it. But was that actually what happened? Did Jamrak go after this tiger? Let's have a look. Hey, how funny! Everything's come out in reverse. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is working together. No, I see this as a group of people did go, but not him. I should think he took a step backwards as some of the good old East End men step forward. Three of Pentacles is working together as a group. I don't think he did at all. I think that as the men were stepping forward to try and sort this out and being brave, I think that he took a step backwards and no, he wasn't leading this run down the street after this Bengal tiger. Look, this one's running here in the other direction. What have we got here? Page of Swords. Yeah, not true at all. Not true. Swords, they're words, and this is an untruth. He didn't do that at all. This little boy was being sort of pulled down the road, being held by the arm and the shoulder by this tiger. No, that was a lie. He didn't run forward. He probably ran in the other direction, or definitely took a step back. And Hierophant, I can't believe they've all come out in reverse. The Hierophant. This is very much taking the right decision, it very sort of ethics and morals. You do the right thing. No, he didn't do the right thing. That was a lie. That was a lie. He wasn't the hero of the day. I think the East End men ran and they got this tiger. However they did it, I don't know. They probably hit it, which is terrible. But how did little John? How did he come out of this? What happened to John? Because John, was injured very severely by this tiger. How was he affected? How was John affected? 9-year-old John. What happened to him? How was he affected by this mauling from the tiger? Six of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. I have one more. Five of Pentacles. I think if we start with the Five of Pentacles, that's very much sort of the isolation card. I think that he very much retreated into himself. He probably didn't want to go out to play, to socialize. I should think it was so traumatic for him that he withdrew into himself totally. In the Five of Pentacles, this really is the child that doesn't want to socialize, that's separated from their peers. We have two very caring cards here, both Pentacles. It's funny how they're all Pentacles, which tells me that maybe they got some compensation for this. I don't know whether that's true. That will be interesting to find out about that. I think that Jamrak may well have given them money. Yes, I just feel that Jamrak probably paid them money for the injury to their son, the parents. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the mother. The Six of Pentacles. I just think they did everything they could to reassure this boy. Nine of Pentacles, a very sort of loving mother. This is like pre-empress energy. Taking care, trying to nurture this child after this traumatic event. And the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that basically trying to celebrate him, trying to just make him more confident, give him confidence. But I've got a feeling there was money involved here. Did Jamrak pay money to John and his family for this horrendous incident with this Bengal tiger. Three of Cups, I believe he did. I believe he did. You've got John and the mother and father, Three of Cups. You've got the emotion. There's the child. I'm pretty sure that I just feel that they received some kind of compensation for this, that Jamrat paid them. So how did people feel about this bloody awful shop afterwards? How did they feel about having this emporium for wild beasts in their midst after this awful event? After this awful event, how did they feel about the shop then? How did they feel about the shop after this tragic incident? Look, Ace of Cups in reverse. No, no, not at all. Not at all. I mean, the shop carried on, it struggled on, and it did eventually close. But the overriding thing of this is Jamrat made himself out to be the hero of this. He chased after the tiger, chased after this Bengal tiger and hit it and freed the little boy. I don't believe that's the truth at all. I believe that's an outright lie. And I think it came down to the local East End men took it into their hands and they ran together and you know, hit the tiger, unfortunately, but, you know, got the tiger to release the boy. And then here, the boy was so badly traumatized by this. He didn't die. He didn't die, but he was so very much isolated, didn't want to go out, didn't want to mix with anyone. And his parents tried very hard, especially his mother, you know, to celebrate him and, you know, try and, you know, give him confidence. But he was very much wounded by this mentally rather than anything else. And they did receive compensation. I hope it was a lot of money. I hope it was a lot of money. I don't know how much, but they would have received compensation from this awful shop, And then going from everybody thinking, wow, you know, this is something wonderful in the East End. What a fantastic shop. We go to Ace of Cups. Everybody fell out of love with the shop. I'm not surprised. So, my friends, what a strange tale. How incredible things that used to happen, you know, back all those years ago. You know, this statue here is a tribute to this boy, but it's a very kind, tender kind of statue, isn't it? It's not what happened at all. Very strange. 7 foot high at the entrance to London's Tobacco Dock. And then there it is, immortalized in this picture. So going all the way back to all those years ago, what was it, 1857? And then you think about what's going on in there, all those animals and poor creatures that should never, ever have been in a little shop like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope Mr. Jamrak is not in a good place now. I hope that he's paying his penance somewhere other than idyllic, for his sins towards animals and his way of life, because that is a very bad way to live, isn't it? And there you go. The people weren't happy with that at all. I hope you enjoyed that strange little tale, and I'll be back again with something different very soon. Bye-bye.